Okay. Woo. All right. I think we're ready, right? Okay. Well, welcome. Thank you to WGO for hosting this conversation and streaming the conversation live. This is an important topic, and we're here to talk about climate justice and economic empowerment, and really the linkage between entrepreneurship and marginalized groups. My name is Beth Bovis. I'm a partner at Carney, a global management consulting firm, and I lead our sustainability and social impact work at the firm. And I'm joined here by Sadia and Marcos, who will introduce themselves more completely in just a moment. But before we do, I just wanted to set up the conversation we're going to have here today. We know and have known for years that climate change has a disproportionate impact on certain groups, women, youth, and lower income populations. We also know that those are the exact same populations that have barriers to accessing capital, jobs, startup money, entrepreneurship opportunities. And yet, we also know from microfinancing and trends that these are the people who are the best bet. When you invest in them, when you invest in these communities, they return disproportionately. And to give you a little bit of a status about what's happening in the green economy relative to entrepreneurship and populations, only 1% of all of the trillions of dollars that have gone into climate tech and startups has gone into businesses that are being run by women or marginalized groups. It's amazing to think about. But we know that when women and marginalized groups are in the climate tech space, what we see is that they are more balanced between adaptive and mitigative work. Their work is more grassroots, and it is closer to impacting the communities in which they live. So there's a tremendous business case for making these connections, yet it's not happening. We're going to explore some of the ways it is happening today and explore what we can do. So first, let me turn to my panelists, have you each introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about why you're here today for this discussion. Marcos, we'll start with you.
Hello, sorry. Hello, everyone. Thanks, Betty. Thanks, Eddie. My name is Marcos. I'm the CEO and co-founder of El Reciclo, and we create this company, my partner and I, because we'd like to increase the recycling rates in Latin America. We are today in Brazil and Chile, and we realize that the recycling the recycling rates in Brazil are very low. And the recycling community in Brazil is mostly composed by waste pickers, in majority women and low-income employees. So it's a big challenge for us. And so how do we work? We use the concept of recycling credits. We don't use micro loans, but we use the recycling credits. It's the same as the carbon credit, but for recycling. So we guarantee that any of one of our 7,000 CPG companies that are client, we guarantee that the same amount of package that they put in environment with plastic, paper, metal, or glass will be recycled. It's the concept of compensation. And so with the money that they pay for us, we'll give this money for the recycling chain. Waste pickers, cooperative, mostly women, as we've been discussing, marginalized groups. And they have a strong potential to increasing recycling rates in Brazil. And why we decided to work with this? Because we saw these rates in very high in Europe and some place in the world, and we say Brazil is completely different, huge country, but we can do in a different way. And we realize that our cause is not only environmental, but it's a social one.
Excellent, thank you. If you want to pass the mic, Sati, would you introduce yourself?
Thank you, Beth, Marco, and thank you to the World Green Economy Organization for the opportunity to be here today. I'm traveling from the US. I'm the founder of an organization called World Heritage Cultural Center. What we do, we promote cultural awareness through arts and food, and the hope that when people understand different cultural customs and values, respect follows. The organization turned 20 years this year, and working across 850 communities in the US and globally, you realize that somehow